use and the other one you were supposed to use and you went to use just if function. That made you have two tables. It's not supposed to be so. The importance of using that and function is so that you can have just one table. Because if you give someone that, that person will be confused now. So you did it in a way that you have a table for promoted for sorry math, and then you had a different table for English. Is not correct. So I don't know. Maybe you should go and look at it again and
I don't know if you
look for
can
the
forward like forward that. I don't, because I'm really lost now. I just tried my best. Most of the classes, if you notice, I was not
oh
around for one or two of the
I'll
classes.
just
So I
I'll leave a comment in the
yes,
Excel and then
on that.
forward it to you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Is Miss Stella here yet? She's not yet here. I'll just start. So today we're going to be doing pivot tables and we'll create a visual. I really wish this person was here already because I don't know what's delaying her. Because it's better she is here so that any question she can ask. Because if she joins later, she might get confused and I'm not going to repeat. So I want to make sure I'm done before 9. So I don't know. Okay, before she comes, I didn't do H lookup for you guys. So let me just show you how to do H lookup. H lookup is very similar to V lookup. So H lookup, you can only use H lookup whereby your table is in this format. Like you can see, normally our table is normally in the format whereby the headers are in the rows. Like I don't know if you can understand. Like this number one, this row number one, the headers are all over here. But in like that's how tables normally are. In like most people use it that way, but whereby you have your headers, that's the in your column, like is in column A now. You have distributor ID. It's not like that one that was in row number one before. So whereby you have your table in this format, horizontal format, that's where you can use H lookup. So let's say, for instance, this is a large data set and we want to get the name of the distributor with the distributor ID, this distributor ID over here. So let's assume we don't know it, we cannot see it. So we can just do equals to H lookup. The lookup value, the what we are using to get the name, that's what lookup value is. So is like a unique identifier that will help you bring up that particular name that you're looking for. So let's say lookup value is this number over here, and the table array is the entire table is the table array. Assuming our table, I don't know if you followed in the last class, assuming our table was like assuming we made it, our table was already structured like with what's it called? I don't want to have an error. Anyway, you are supposed to we would have been able to call up the table if it were in a situation whereby we we structured the table, we named the table and all that, we would have been able to call it up. But whereby we cannot call up the table, we have to highlight the whole thing. So we're going to highlight everything, and that's it. Then comma, the row index number. So that's that row that you want to look up. What is the number? So we'll come over here. We have 1, 2, 3. We want to look up name. So it's the third row that we are going for. So we'll write 3. And then we want to get the exact match. So we'll write 0. 0 is for exact match. And 1 is for approximate match. So we'll close our brackets and we hit enter, and you can see the name popped up. So I want you to tell me, Stella, to show that you're following. I want you to tell me for this let's do this for this ID here. Hope you are following. For this ID, I want to get the country of this ID without typing it manually. I want to get the country of this ID. So I want you to like direct me on what to do. Hello. Abigail. I guess you are not following since you are not responding to me.
Oh,
What?
hello.
I'm waiting for you.
Sorry. You said Stella. That was why I was wondering. And then I've been talking, but I didn't know my mic was not on mute.
Okay, sorry, that was a mistake on my part.
Okay, I didn't really follow as such.
But you still have to. You are not listening, or I don't know.
I'm
Let
actually
me.
picking up my children. That's why this time at 3 o'clock I'm doing school run as I'm talking. All the classes at this time I'm doing school run.
Okay, it's 3 p.m. in your area now.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Let me just do it again. So equals to H lookup. We want to get the country of this ID. So the lookup value we are using is this, is a unique identifier. And then the table array is the entire table. So we highlight the entire table, then comma, then the row index number. So the role of country is 2, 1, 2. So we put 2 there, and then we want the exact match, so 0, and we close the bracket, enter. That's Saudi Arabia. So that's it for this particular one. Stella is not yet here, and I want to start. I just use this to just store time so that I can start the pivot table.
Okay, Stella will not be joining us. Okay, Stella will
Okay,
not be joining us. So just take the class. She will watch from the recorded video. Okay, so that we can
no
continue.
problem. So what are pivot tables? Pivot tables are, they are powerful tools in Excel. There is a powerful tool in Excel that allows you to summarize, analyze, explore, and present large data sets. And they are very interactive and can transform raw data into meaningful insights. So I'll be explaining as I go. So to create a pivot table, you have to click within. So this my table is already structured. Most time I've already made it a table. This my data, I've made it a table. So most times you need to make your data a table before, but so I'll click within the data set, and I'll go to insert, and I'll click on pivot table. So Excel will show you, they showed me the table name that we already named the table in our other class, and then we want it in a new worksheet, not in the existing worksheet. So we click OK. So there are different fields, different sections in this pivot table. We have the rows, the filter, the columns, and the values. So for the filter is it creates a unique criteria to exclude or include a particular data, while columns, they are the categories you want to analyze horizontally, rows, the categories you want to analyze vertically, while values are the data you want to summarize. That's you want to do some average, counts, and all that. So that's what they all signify. So let's move straight into it. So let's say, for instance, now let's look at our data set. So before you use like this thing, before you visualize, before you create your chart, okay, I've not spoken about chart. We have different chart types that we're going to use for this section. So there are different chart types that Excel has. We have the column charts. Let me see. This the column charts or the bar charts, which are used. They are best for comparing categories. And we have the line chart, which displays trend over time. I think this is the line. Displays trend over time. The bar chart, similar to column chart but horizontal. We have the pie chart that shows proportion of a whole, best for small number of categories and all that. So one thing about visualization is, as you are visualizing, you learn, you see the kind of chart that is best for you to use. So over here, so I wanted to say that before you visualize in Excel, you are supposed to like know like what your client is looking for. So what is that thing that is important to them? So most times, this is just a sample data, but most times they would like tell you that, oh, this is the goal they hope to get from this data set they just give to you. So it's now for you to do all the cleaning you need to do. We already did the cleaning. For this gender, if you can remember, after putting female, they were blank sheets, blank spaces, so we put not specified and all that. We added category, age category, because we need it for our visualization. So you, based on what you discuss with your clients or the person that you're working for, that's what you know, the columns you need to insert, what you need to clean out, what you don't need and what you need. So that's basically what you need to consider before you visualize. So let's say from this our data sets now, let's say our client they want to know the average revenue generated by each age category. So, or let's start from gender first. They want to know the right. Oh, should we start from gender? Yes, the average revenue generated by each gender, or we can do average or we can do total. So average revenue should be average of the transaction amount of each gender, right? So let's go over to our pivot table. This is our first pivot table we'll be creating. So we'll go over here and we'll look for gender. We'll look for gender, and this gender, we'll click on it. Then we'll scroll down and look for transaction amounts. Exactly what we want. So we can see now our gender has been reviewed and the transaction amount has been reviewed. So let's say, for instance, now this transaction amount, you see that there's no currency here, and we wanted to do either sum, like either total or average. So let's just do average. Let's do average, or let's do total. Let's stick with total. So if you want to if you want to change this sum to average, like you want it to be in average and not total, you just have to right click on this sum of transaction, and then go to your field value field setting, your field setting, and then you can, assuming I wanted it to be in average, I can just click on this and it will give me average of transaction amount. But let's stick to total, so we'll do sum. And then we want the currency to show, right? So we'll go to number formats. So number format will now take us over here. So we want it to be in currency. We want the currency symbol to be showing. So this is the currency I chose, Naira. So okay. And then we click OK. And you can see that it has applied over here. So after doing that, that's when we'll now go. We'll click, we'll have to highlight this whole part, and then we'll go to our insert. We're already on insert, so we'll go to recommended charts. So this is a chart Excel is recommending for us, but I think the best chart we can use is let's just use what's it called, let's use pi. I feel like pi is better for it, so we'll use pie charts. We'll click on OK, and just like that, we've created a chart for this particular column. Okay, so just like that, we've created a chart for this particular column. So we have this sum of transaction is something that we don't need, so it's something that we can hide, so we just hide it, hide all field button. We don't need that in our chart. So we want data labels, or maybe we don't, it depends on what you want. So we can put data labels. Legends, we need legends, we need charts, chart title. So then we can now change this chart title to, because we can change it to total revenue by gender. Enter. Sorry. So this is our chart title. So we can see that this chart title is ash, and we don't want it to be ash in color, so we can just change it, come over here, change it to black, so that it will stand out more. Even this ones over here, so they are also ash. I want to bold this. I want it to be bold. I want it to stand out. I want someone to be able to see it very well. Then we can change this one to black too, and bold it. This one too, bold, black. So all these things are edits that you can do for edits you can add to your chart type. You understand? Anything to make it look good, to make it stand out. And one thing about creating visualization is you have to keep it simple and clear, something that someone can see and identify. And it's best to use one font type, not using different kind of fonts. You understand? So color should be consistent and all that. You don't need to use 3D kind of charts for anything. You just keep it simple. Simple is best. So let's say For instance, this data label now that is outside, I don't like how it's outside there, and I want to put it inside. I can just do come here, click on it. When I click on it, it will show me, like, it will highlight all the other data labels. So when I right click on it, I can do format data labels, and over here it's only this one that I want, right? So I've clicked on only this one. Okay, where will I find this now? I want it to be that it's vertical. Yes, alignment is under alignment. So the text direction is horizontal, as you can see on the screen. I want it to be vertical. So you see now it has entered. So it's not outside like the rest. So I think for this one, we are done for now. If there are any changes we want to add, we can add it later. We can also decide to underline this, and yes, we are done. So now let's move on to the next this thing we want to create. So this one thing about pivot table, you don't need to start coming over here and start creating another pivot table again. You can just simply highlight like all this and just Ctrl+C to copy it, and then you create a new sheet and you paste it over here, and just like that it has brought that one over here too. So let's see what insights do we want to get from this now. What insight can we possibly get from here? So let's do total revenue by date, that's month or year. We have only 1 year, so I don't think doing it for year is necessary. Let's do for month by month, total revenue by month. So we'll come over here. So total revenue by month, right? We'll unclick this one that we clicked before. Go down. Okay, we need transaction amount, but let's click on our agenda on our okay. Let's click on our month first, and then transaction amount. So this is the total revenue by month, each month. What does each month give us? So we can now come over here just like we did before. Since we want to do is total revenue by month, right? So we still use, so we'll right click, value field setting. We're still sticking to sum because total revenue by month. Number format, we want to change the currency to Naira once again, and then we click on OK, and it has been set. So now what we are going to do is, once again, we are going to go to insert, go to recommended charts. They recommended this one, but since we are showing trend over time, just like I said before, you're going to use the line chart. So we use the line chart for this. Which one should we use now? I want this one with markers that marks each month. So we'll use this one. We'll click on OK, and then we adjust it over here. So once again, we don't need this field buttons. So we'll hide all field buttons. We don't need these grid lines. So we'll come over here. We need chart title. We don't need axis. Don't need grid lines. It's not important. We don't need legend either. Legend is this total by the side. So we've already highlighted all we need. These are the particular ones we need. So we'll come over here, the same thing we did, we'll come over here. So click on this and go to Home tab. We'll make it bold. We'll change the color from ash to black. We'll do it for this one too. We want everything to be black. And yes, this one too, black. We can also bold it if we want, but I'll leave it like that. Or maybe I should bold it. Bold. So what did we look for here? We did total revenue. I don't know why it's not clicking. Total revenue by month. So we'll also, I want us to underline it just like the other one. One thing about your chart is consistency. Should be consistent, not you do one particular style in one place and in the other you will not do it. So it should be consistent so that it will look uniform and good. So we've already created the chart for total revenue by month. So let's go back again. What else? What other insights can we get from here? So let's do total revenue by age category. That one too is good. By age category, or I can do average. Average to know the average amount each age category, let's say spends per se, probably. All right, or we can do age category. Okay, let's just create a new sheet first. So we'll come over here, Control C, and add button. So does someone want to say something?
You can continue.
Okay. So we're doing by age category now, right? So we will unclick this and go down. So age category, I want to try something. I want to see for each age category for each month. Okay. Then our transaction amounts. We'll do it in total. We'll check for each age category in total and then monthly. So yes, we'll come here. So we can do total for this one. Okay, I'll do it now. Let me right click. Then we'll do average for the age category in another sheet, but we'll do for monthly for this one now, but it will be total. We're not going to do average for each month. All right, we want to change this number format. You just know what you want to do. That is just it. Also in this place you can change decimal place. I did not bother to touch it because my decimal place already in 2, and 2 is perfect for kobo or your other currencies. So yes. So okay. So let's see what our chat is going to give us now. Look at what it gave to us. It gave us, I think I'm okay with this. This is the recommended chart it gave to us, but I feel like it's going to take up a lot of space now that I'm seeing it. Let's click on it first. Let's do okay. So I think if you keep on going, it's going to give you, it's going to take up a lot of space. You understand? Except you want to see for a particular month, which this, in as much as I'm hiding these field buttons, why I'm hiding these field buttons is because later on we're going to use slicers to like connect all these charts that we are creating like this. So if you know you're going to use slicers later on, there's no point leaving all these field buttons. There's no point leaving them. Is in a situation whereby it's just, you just want to create pivot table for a particular table, just one pivot table. Then this will come in, is like it's personal slicer. Let me put it that way. It's like his personal slicer, because you can use here and select what you want to see and what you don't want to see. So let me remove the months. Let me remove the months. Sorry. Another thing in here, thank God, as I click this thing, you can see that this year, due to its number, it went to values. So that's another thing you need to be looking out for. You don't, sometimes Excel makes errors like this, so you don't want, you have to take your, like, this thing to where you want to see it. You understand? Like Excel might make errors whereby they'll put it in the wrong box. So for instance, now this year, if we want to choose where we want to see year, it's definitely in this place horizontally. That's the row, right? So if we want to see year, we will just shift it. You can just drag it, right, and put it down here. So the reason why the year is not even showing over here self is because it's just 1 year. See, it's 2023. So assuming we had different years, you understand? Assuming we had different years, we had 2023, 2024, it will come under here, under this elderly. It will, like, this will be a whole category, like on the side, just like this January, March came here, it will be a different setting. So let me go back to what I was doing. Let's remove this, remove months. Yes, this is what we wanted to do before, try something else, but then that's one will not work because it will be too much field buttons. Hide it. Should we do average or total? Let me do average so that I can show you guys, because maybe as I'm saying it, you don't. So Let's do value field setting. Let's do average. So number format. Oh, our number format is already there. So okay. So see now it has given us average of transaction amounts. Averages, you see the average every adult spend is 440, average every elder spend is this. So let me put it back to, I want it in total. That's so okay. So yes, and then we're back to editing our charts. We'll remove the grid lines. We don't need it, or rather I don't like it. Legend, remove legend. Oh, we don't need legends. Yes. Chart labels depends on you. Depends on if you want to see. But another thing is that once you just hover, you can see the value. So you don't necessarily need it. And okay, I think that's all. Then another thing that is also here is this one. Or rather, when we're doing the general visualization, I'm going to show. So this total revenue by age category. Age category. Okay. So now we are going to go to home. The normal thing we have been doing, bolding it and make it black. We don't want it to be ash. Bolding this one. Make it black too. It's already black. Black, bold. All right, we are done. We want to underline this. Okay, then let's do one more, and then after doing that one, we can now move to creating our dashboard. So what other insights can we possibly get from this? Okay, let's say we want to know our top 10 customers, the customers that are like, that have that buy, should we say, yes, it will be highest now. Like I've purchased the highest with the highest amount. So let's come over here again. Control C, Shift 3. We'll add a new sheet. Control V. So top 10 customers based on transaction amount. So come over here, remove. You see our customer name that we joined before. Assuming we do not join that customer name to make it one name now. How let me go back to the table. We joined this name and surname. Assuming we didn't join it now. Imagine just taking just their first name. And then for people that have the same name, you cannot even differentiate. You understand? So it's good to work on your data before you start visualizing. So come over here, customer name, transaction amounts. So click on this. I want to change it to Naira. There's no point on our format. Currency. Okay, everything is set and okay. So come over here. and come to our insert. Recommended chart. I just show me category 2. It's a lot. You can see that is a lot. So much customer names, and we don't want that. We just want the top 10, the people that have bought the highest, right? So let's hide this our field button. So click on this. To do that, we click on this and we write right. No, we don't want to sort from highest to lowest. Please mute yourself. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out how. No, it's not here. So no, it's here. Yes, that's true. So we go over here. We click on our drop down button. So value filters. So we can see top 10 down here. Top 10. So to give you a pop-up, yes, top 10 based on the items and their sum of transaction amounts. So which is the highest transaction amount basically. So okay. So we can now see the top 10, and the highest over here is John Brown with about 7,000, which has this thing is about 7,000 that he has bought. So as normal, so since we've gotten this, we'll remove we need chart title, we don't need grid line, we don't need legend. So let's just say top 10 customers. Maybe the manager, the owner wants to reward these top 10 customers, and they want to know who purchased with the most amount from them. So top 10 customers. So as normal, go to our home, bolding it on the line. I feel like I should change that 10 to alphabet, or maybe I should leave it as number. Let me just leave it. Top 10 customers. Okay. Come over here to bold, black, bold, black. Okay. So we are done with this. Let's say, for instance, this our chart, this our bar chart, like this our chart that we're looking at, this blue thing is looking small now. Like the space is, I don't know, the space is a bit much. So we can adjust that. So we just need to click on it and we'll come over here, right? Should be here. Yes, oh, see it here. Gap width, it should be it. So we'll come over this place, it's showing us the symbol already. So we'll adjust it. You see, it's getting bigger as I'm going backwards. It's getting bigger. So that it will not look too small, the space too not have too much space. So let's just leave it as this. So let's say, for instance, now you want your bar chart to be orderly, right? Let me see. Sorry. you want it to be orderly, you can right click on sort. Let's see. Let's do from, you right click after you highlight it, you right click and then this pop-up will show, and then you go to sort. Let's do from smallest to largest. You can see that it has arranged itself. It's now going from like this over to here. But I like seeing that wavy pattern, so I'll undo it. So in case you want to do yours like that, that's what I'm showing you. So over here, let's also adjust this one. That one was 32. Let's make it 32. We might need to, excuse me. Okay, so this one too is 32. So I'll just leave it like this because I want to move on. It's almost 9 and I said I want to finish before 9. So we have created 4 visuals using pivot table and they all look good, right? So now we want to create our dashboard. So come over here, add new. So I don't know why format shape is showing when I've not pasted anything. So okay, I don't know if this space will be small, but if you want to collapse, I want to collapse this ribbon because I need as much space as I can get. So you collapse the ribbon, come over to your home. No, first of all, your highlights. This is all the place I want my dashboard to cover. It might be too much because I don't have much. So maybe I should stop here. It depends on how many charts you made. If I made like 8 charts, I will definitely reach towards the end here. You understand? So come to home and go to fill color. So which color are we going to use? Let's use, I don't know. You can use any color. Let me stick with blue because I don't want to do too much editing. So it depends on the color you want to use, depends on the company's color. Sometimes like Amazon now, you can use orange, right? Yes. If it's Glow you're working for, that is green, you use green color. If it's MTN, yellow. So it depends on the company you're working for and you just know what to do based on the company. So as we have created this, so we'll go to insert, under illustrations, these illustrations, we insert shapes. So okay, let's use this rectangular shape. So if you want to insert it, you have already clicked on it and you come over here, click on your sheet, hold and drag. So after you've done this, you now decide what you want to name your dashboards. What should we name this dashboard now? There's no company name because it's sample data. You can just do customer table for 2023. I don't know, that should do. Customer table for 2023 or 2023 customer table. Let's see. Which ones were we using before? Okay, Calibre 14. It's still the same Calibre. like I said, just make sure your font is the same. You don't want something that is different. You don't want it. It will just make your work look nicely scattered. So 2023 customer, okay, let's just say customer sales insights. I don't know, anything. You can name your table anything depending on what you're working for. This is just what I decided to name it. So we'll come over to home. We want it to be centralized. We have done that. We want it to be bold. What else do we want it to be? This is basically it. So now as we've done that, so we like this format, right? We like the shape, this rectangular shape. You can use triangle, you can use anything you want, but it's best to use rectangle, not triangle. Sorry, you can use square, not triangle. This is a curved square. You can use square. So and you can use circle depending on what you want to put inside. If you want to design your dashboard, there are people that design their dashboard in a very beautiful way. So you are not limited to anything at all. You understand? I want to adjust this to the center. You just click on it and drag. Okay. So you're not limited to anything actually. You understand? So it depends on you. So we'll now come over here. Okay. I want to duplicate this. You can do Ctrl C, then paste, or Ctrl D to duplicate it for you. So we'll clean this stuff that is inside. Sorry about that. Ctrl D. Let's drag it out. So I want to clean all this stuff that is inside here. So enter. So we'll adjust this box. We want to make it box like something like this. Put it up here. Yes. This curve looks a bit too much. You can also make this your curve, reduce it. You reduce it from here. Okay. I think I like this one better. So we are going to duplicate all this this one that we've created now. So Ctrl C, Ctrl D rather, Ctrl D again, Ctrl D again. We made it into 4 because we have 4 charts that we created, right? So into 4. That's the enter. It does not enter, you adjust till it enters. So yes, okay, so we are done creating this. So now what we need to do is we'll go back, and don't forget you can also rename your sheet so it will be easier for you. Like for instance, now that this total revenue by gender, we can just come over here and do total rev by gen. It's too long, and enter, so that when you are scrolling through you can easily see, oh, this total revenue by gender, oh, this, oh, this. And also when you are connecting, why it's also helpful is when you are connecting your slicers, you can know the one you want to connect. In case there's a particular this thing you don't want to connect, you can also do that. So yeah, I don't know why my my this thing came out again. I'm sure you guys saw when I put it inside. So we're going to put it inside back, or let's leave it like that. We're running out of time and I don't want the recording to stop before I finish. So we'll come over here, Control C. We want to copy this. I'll come to this place, Control V. So adjust it to fit into the table. So yes, that's fit into our table. So we don't want to see this we don't want to see this white. We want our what's it called, our chat background to be in sync with this background that we are using for our visualization. So we'll go, yes, it should be format chat area. So we come over here, color, sorry, right, it should be here now. Transparency is 0. No, it's not. It's supposed to be no fill. I'm looking for no fill. Oh, fill is not. I just saw fill now. So yes, no fill. Perfect. But you can see now that it has gone. I wanted to do no line too, but seems like our line is not showing. But you can also do that, no line, just in case our line is showing. So just like that, we've done this. So you see this thing is fine. No, it looks good. This our pie chart, but it seems a bit off, right? So we can just come over here and click on it, and we'll come this chart style. It helps us to edit our charts in a way that we would like. So let's see. We don't want it something that will be the same. We can use different palette colors, something that's, well, this one does not look bad, but you might not be able to differentiate it. Let's choose this. Okay, this is not so bad. This is not so bad. So let's leave it as this. I want to move on. Okay, so we'll go to the next sheet now. That sheet 2. Control C, and then I'll come to our dashboard sheet. Control V. I'll adjust this. Make sure it's within. So after you put it within, just like we did before, no fill. You see, okay, let's do solid fill first. Let's put it as white again. So before we do that, I feel like we need to change this particular one, the color. So which color are we going to change it to now that will stand out? It's not changing yet. I want something that's, let me use white. Okay, why it's not showing is because the background is white. So if I should click on this background now, notice there are different places you can click on. Oh. If you click on here, it's just highlighting that chart area. If you click like you just need to know the right place to click on. So if you click on here, it's highlighting your row. So let's click, we are clicking on the whole chart itself. So we are clicking outside any of those things. So we'll come here and do no fill. It's still not so good because of that this thing. So we can use, let's see, that's one thing about I feel like I need to make this thing lighter, but yeah. So let's change the marker. Right, let's change the marker's color to what can we change the marker's color that will be good now? Should we put it in white too?